Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, which I'll be running through how to optimize your website with lead generating widgets. We have so many widgets which you can add to your website to ensure your website is giving you the most competitive edge in the market. So when your clients are Googling you late at night, they can leave contact information more easily. I will be doing a Q&A at the end. So if you do have any questions at all throughout, just leave them in the questions tab and we'll get them answered at the end. I'm sure most of you know me, but for those who don't, I'm David Powers and I'm the Senior Account Manager here at Perfect Portal. And my job is to ensure that you are utilizing the system to its full potential, especially when it comes to these widgets. Today's webinar will be very casual, and I'm excited to show you how we can add all these different widgets to your website. All right, just going over just a quick agenda for today. First off, I'm going to go through what widgets we actually have available here at Perfect Portal and what are the benefits of adding these widgets to your website. From there, I'll go into a live demo on how these widgets work, how it feeds back into Perfect Portal, and then go through how you can install these different widgets and how to customize the widgets to fit your brand and your website. From there, we'll go through some live examples of some Australian clients and also some UK clients. It's all good me saying, hey, get these widgets on your website, but it's also very good to see it how it appears on different firms' websites and how you can get them set up. Then finally, we'll do a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the questions tab. All right, so I'll go through what widgets we actually have here at Perfect Portal. I'll go a bit more in depth with them, but just to give you a quick summary, we've got the login bar, the client review widget, the contact us form widget, the lead intake form widget, and then finally our conveyancing quote calculator. And I'll also go through how you can add different branding app elements to your website so clients know, hey, you've got an online portal and app. All right, so let's start with the login bar. So basically the login bar provides your staff, referrers, and clients easy access to their respective online portal directly from your website via this widget. It's convenient as it provides quick and easy access to their online portal. It shows that you have a competitive edge in the market as it showcases the latest industry tech on your site and impresses future clients. It's also very customizable to merge with the flexibility of the design to your website and also your brand. All right, the client review. So this allows your client feedback to feed directly onto your site to enhance conversion rates by directly showcasing reviews captured from your app. This happens automatic, sorry. So basically, once the client hits submit from the app, it will feed directly onto your website. It also has adjustable settings as well to allow a minimum rating filter to showcase the best reviews. Means that only 5 stars will appear onto your site if you do happen to get a 3 or 2 or whatever the review is. Once again, it's very customizable to choose a display and format design to match with your website, which I'll show you a live example of one of our Australian clients who actually used this website widget. Next, we've got our contact us form. So this ensures no opportunity is missed by streamlining your lead intake via your website. This makes it smooth and straightforward for potential clients to get in touch about your services via one unique form. Once again, this will all feed back into your Perfect Portal account, into your leads, inquiries, and quotes. So there's no double data entry going from your website back into Perfect Portal. The next is our intake forms, and this is used to capture leads for all areas of law. This allows you to track the success to measure the performance of every widget across the website, which I'll show you a report a bit later on. Once the intake form is back into Perfect Portal, this will feed into your automatic follow-up with automatic SMS and email follow-ups to convert the lead. This form as well is very flexible to embedding the form onto different website landing pages to having a pop-up once a button is clicked. Just keep in mind with this one as well, if you are using inquiries in other areas of law within the system, we need to get that set up in your Perfect Portal account before we feed it into your website. So if you do want to set up other areas of law, please feel free to reach out to us and we can discuss that a little bit further. And finally, we got our conveyancing quote calculator. So our very first intake form that we ever created here back in Perfect Portal. So our conveyancing quote calculator allows clients to instantly generate a personalized estimate for all conveyancing matters and have the quote emailed straight to them without you even having to be online. This means when clients are late at night, Googling, looking at your website, they can easily leave their contact information. And this also provides an instant self-serve and transparent quotes 24/7. So what are the benefits of having these widgets on your website? The whole point of using these widgets is to make your website more appealing to your users. By adding different features, you'll improve their experience. Depending on the widget you choose, you can provide them with more information, give them more content, let them interact with your website, and make it easier for them to resolve issues on their own. User experience is one of the most important things to work on. Plus, it sets you apart from other websites that don't use widgets. Widgets are interactive, and this is definitely a benefit because it engages more lead and more time spent on the page. And the more time people spend on your website browsing your content, the more opportunity you have to convert them. So in saying that, I'm going to go through a live demo of how the intake forms actually work, how it feeds back into Perfect Portal. And then I'm going to go through actually how to customize it to fit your brand and your website. And then lastly, we'll go through just a live demo of a few websites that we have. Some Australian clients have kindly let us to use their website for examples. So we'll go through that, and we'll also go through some UK firms as well. So what you can see on your screen at the moment, this is our Daniel Carson website, and this is just a demo website just to show you different options on how you can add the intake forms to your website. So first off, you can see up here, we got the login bar. So this allows clients, referrers, and other related parties, as I mentioned, to actually go onto your website and log into the online portal. There's no Googling, no trying to figure out links or anything like that. You can just direct them straight to your website to log in, which is also a great benefit for your staff as well. They don't have to go through our website to log into Perfect Portal. They can just jump onto your website and log in as well. So I'm going to go through different ways which you can add these intake forms. First off, you want to make it as easy as possible for clients to leave contact information. If it's too hard for them, they're just going to end up Googling somewhere else. So something that draws their eye and allows them to leave information more easily. So you can see here straight away, get your free instant conveyancing quote. That will draw the client in. And once that button is selected, it will then bring up or direct the client to different intake forms onto your website. From here as well, I do have the Inquire Now button here, which is on the right-hand side of the screen. And the great thing about this as well, this appears on every single landing page on your website. So if they're going to meet the team, if they're going about, social media links or whatever it is, and they want to leave their contact information, this button will always appear. Once again, this button can be customized to any word, and you can have Inquire Now, instant conveyancing quote if you just do conveyancing, request a callback, whatever it is, you can really tailor make the button to be whatever you want. From here, this will then bring up a intake form, which is the pop-up. So you can see here, I do have other areas of law as well, but quite clearly they can see, okay, look, I'm buying a property, let's hit get a quote and get an instant quote straight away. Before I actually generate a quote, I'll show you a few other examples as well. So you can see here, these are different ways you can also add intake forms onto different landing pages. So say, for example, you might have a purchase conveyancing page and you just want to embed the conveyancing purchase matter types on that page, or you might have a wills and estates page and you just want to embed the wills and estates matter types on that page, which you can. You can have as many intake forms as you like onto your website on multiple landing pages. The way that it works for other areas of law, it works as a contact form. So they won't get anything sent to them. They won't get anything that's directly sent. What will happen is they'll hit Inquire Now and they will fill out their contact information, hit request a call back, and then that will feed directly back into Perfect Portal, which you can then send them the information brochure or whatever it is. And then you have all those automation features as well. If I continue to scroll down, different ways that you can add the intake form as well. Once again, you can embed the whole page onto your website. So if you are using multiple landing pages and you just want to embed a purchase conveyancing form, then here is an example of that. If I continue to scroll down, once again, explaining what these matter types are. I have a few clients who actually put in some information about, okay, what is a house and land package? What is a off the plan purchase? Because sometimes clients especially, the first time buying or investigating, they don't know what the different matter types are. So you can always explain that with customizing your website with these intake forms. Lastly, it's always good to market your app. At the end of the day, you want to show it off. You want to say, hey, look what I got. These people down the road don't have it. You can, log in via our via. You can check them out via our app. You want to say, hey, get in touch with us. It's so easy to keep updated, and we'll always keep you updated via our app. Always good to add hyperlinks, so it's nice and easy. They can just hit obviously, depending what phone they have, and that will take them into the correct app store, especially if they're on their phone looking at night. Once again, they can hit that and it will take them directly into the app store. They can download your download your app, and then they can add in their contact information from there. Once again, adding testimonials, all of that stuff, which I'm sure you guys all do on your website anyway, and also adding some visuals, some videos to engage the client a little bit further. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to generate a conveyancing quote. So I'm going to hit get conveyancing quote, and then this will bring up my matter types. Nice and easy for the client. They choose if they're buying, selling, or doing a transfer. Let's do buying a property. And then we'll ask them, are they buying with established house? Obviously, if they hit yes, they will feed back into Perfect Portal as established house matter. If they hit no, they can then choose what matter type they're looking at. So let's do a house land. And it's pretty much exactly the same thing as what you would normally do in Perfect Portal when you're doing an internal quote, except the client is filling out this contact information. So I'll just quickly fill out my information just in here. So bear with me. Oop, if I can spell Gmail right. There we go. And then pop in their phone number. And then from here, they fill out the property information. So once again, just fill out the purchase price, number of buyers. And then if you do operate in multiple states, once again, the client can select the state and that will pull through the relevant stamp duty and government fees if you have that enabled in your account. I'll fill out the address. And then from there, you got the option for a voucher code. So this is great if you are doing, say, like a summer special, a New Year's special, whatever it is. If you're doing a social media promotion and you want to add a voucher code to get 10% off, you can add that to your social media, and then they can add that code in there and they can get how much amount you want them to get off the professional fees. Lastly, how they hear about us. Once again, this is very important. This will feed into all your reports in the system. So you can see, okay, we're getting this X amount of leads from our intake form with Google search. Let's invest some more money into Google ads or whatever it is. So let's go to Google search and then we hit get quote. If I answer all the government fee questions first, there we go. Perfect. Now from here, this is actually linked to InfoTrack integration. So from here, the client will just select the address. It's looking up that address in that council and selecting the searches that I selected in InfoTrack to pull through. So you can see here, outstanding notices down to the section 603. That's all pulling from InfoTrack. So if you do want to look into InfoTrack integration to be more transparent on your website and also within Perfect Portal, feel free to reach out and we can discuss that a little bit further. But you can see here, the client will get an instant quote and there's multiple call to action buttons. Now, if you don't feel comfortable about showing a quote on your website, that's perfectly fine. We can turn this off so it just works as a lead capture. So only the client contact information, property details, but they don't actually get a quote. It will just get a pop-up saying someone will be in contact with you shortly. But honestly, it's better to show a quote on your website. I know I have a few clients who say, oh, I might have competitors like Googling me, seeing my fees. At the end of the day, everyone's doing that and they're going to find out some way. So at the end of the day, you just want to make it nice and easy for the client to know straight away, okay, this is how much they cost. I can then manage it from Perfect Portal. Like I said, they got different call to action buttons, so they can hit request a callback. Obviously, they want to talk about it a bit more further. They can cancel it, they can update it, they can email it to themselves, or they can instruct straight away on the website. So from here, if I don't do anything, I'm the client, I'm on your website, I'm generating a quote, this would still feed into Perfect Portal. You will still get an email notification that the client has generated a quote, generated a lead, and it will say if the client has sent it to themselves. But I'm the client, I'm going to email this to myself so I can discuss a little bit further with whoever I'm buying a house with. So I'll hit email quote. That will take a couple of seconds to go through, and then I'll get that quote sent to me as I normally would in Perfect Portal when you send a quote. Perfect. So now the quote is on its way. What will happen is, I'm sure you are all aware, But what will happen is that you'll get a email notification from Perfect Portal. You can see here is all hyperlinked. So all you need to do is hit click here, and that will take you directly into the quote overview page. Now, I'm just on a different browser, so I'm just going to copy this hyperlink and go into my other browser. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so I've got that lead and it's created the quote for me. Now, within the overview page, obviously you do what you normally do. You can see here that the automation is still working. Okay, so even if the client goes onto your website, generates a quote, they're still going to get the automated text message. They're still going to get the email chase up. So if you don't have the automation set up, reach out, need to get it on, because it works as you can just send the lead out from Perfect Portal, from your website, and Perfect Portal's working in the background to chase up the lead, so you can just focus on your other work. If I go down to the notes here, you can see that the notification email has gone to Jane Connor. So she has been notified that a new website lead has been pulled through. And you can also see within the log what actually has been sent. So you can see here, okay, they've got their automatic text message. They've sent the quote to themselves. All this information is being added into Perfect Portal. So if you are making contact with the client, you can see, okay, they've got the quote, they emailed it to themselves. I will classify this one as a qualified quote because they're interested and they email to themselves. All right. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up these different intake forms. So if I jump back into my Perfect Portal account, and I'm going to go into settings. So settings is just this little tool clock here, just on the left-hand side of the screen. And you've got a big button here that says website widgets. Can't miss it. So I'll go into website widgets, and this is how you can manage all your different website widgets onto your website. Now, obviously your account managers are here to help you. You don't need to, figure out how to install it all by yourself. That's what we're here for. But you can see here, I've got a whole host of different intake forms in here. So these are the ones that are feeding on from the website that I showed you earlier. So basically you can add another intake form, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a current one that I have. So I'm going to go into view just here. And this is where I set up all the settings, where I set up all the branding and all of that. So what I'm going to go to is intake form options and data privacy. So this is where you can actually manage what matter types you want to feed through onto the intake form. So if you're doing a will intake form, obviously you'll tick off conveyancing and property. If you just do conveyancing and property, and you can tick what you want to feed onto your website. From here, you can see, you can click to see if they want to get a quote on their website, on your website, sorry. But if they just want to lead, then untick it and it will just work as a lead function. Once again, you can have your disclaimer. You can make the address field compulsory. Now, obviously that can be used for the InfoTrack integration. Some clients like having that field as a mandatory field because it feed through from InfoTrack. But if you do have the InfoTrack integration set up and the address is not registered, it will pull through a backup feed just in case it's not registered, like a rough estimate search and inquiries fee. So don't need to worry about that. And once again, you can add your different vouchers within the system. From here, you can tick box to allow the client to out of the communication, or opt out rather of the communication. To be fair, I haven't seen many clients who have done this. So completely up to you if you want to give them that option to do so. And then from there, you got a little disclaimer as well if you want to give that option after when they've generated a quote. Introduction. So once again, you can add a little blurb saying, hey, please fill out the intake form below and we'll get in contact with you shortly, or a little introduction message or whatever it is. From there, you got your notification settings. So who is going to be looking after the emails? Who's going to get notified? Who are these quotes assigned to? So you select one person in the firm, but then you can also add multiple emails so you know no lead is missed within the system. Say, for example, Marge Simpson is off for the day, and you get all these intake form leads. You can then add different emails in there just in case. From there, lastly, you can add a footer. So it could be, thank you so much, or whatever it is, get to know our firm, whatever you want in there. And then lastly, you got your styling. So this is where you manage all the designs within the system. So you do have different template designs. I always go for design number 2 because that shows all the pictures of the houses and all of that, and I feel like that makes it more eye-catching. But from there, you can break it down into how you want to set up. From there, you got all your different color codings. So once again, just your branding, your branding guidelines. Feel free to chop and change. This will all change in real time. So if I add, I'll just pop in a random number. You can see there's all turn a gray color. If I add, oh, it's all turning gray. I don't know any color coding that much, but you can see here is all updating in real time as well. And this is where you can customize all the buttons. So inquire now, that little floating button on the right-hand side that I showed you at the start, that could be request a call back, leave information, or whatever it is. From there, you can then preview the actual form as well, okay? So if I go to preview floating intake form, you can see here it's actually fed through, and I can play around with it on Perfect Portal as well before I push it live onto the website. Any changes that you make, so say for example, you've popped it onto your website and you think, oh, the color's not really matching up right, I need to change it, that's fine. You can come back into your settings in your website widget and it will update in real time as well. So there's no need to resend the coding or put a new line of coding onto your website, it will update in real time. And then lastly, you got your installation guide. So this is the installation guide. Once again, depending on which intake form that you want, so embedded or floating, or both, or you've got a WordPress as well. So nice and easy. You pretty much click here, just email these instructions to your website maintainer. They will open up Outlook or your normal email provider, and then you can send that out to your website supporter. From there, you've got your review widget. So this is the reviews from the app feeding on directly onto your website. It's very similar to all these different intake forms. You basically set it up. You can see a preview in real time on the left-hand side of the screen. And like I said, you can do a rating minimum. So if you only want 5 stars showing, just select 5 and they'll fit through all your 5 stars. So you can be very sneaky with that. And it's really easy. Just copy and paste this coding, send it out to your developer. Now with your developer, you've got advanced settings here. So this is where they can customize all that coloring and the wording and the fonts and all of that stuff. So they can actually come in here and add all of this information in here, and then it will preview here on the left-hand side of the screen as well. Obviously, I'm not a developer, so I'm not too sure about the CSS clause, but I'm sure your developer knows a bit of information about that to actually merge it with your website. And I'll actually show you a live client who's actually done this and how it looks nothing like this on the left-hand side. They have actually made it to fit in with their website. Lastly, you've got the Contact Us widget. So I'll show you that in a live setting with one of our other clients. But basically, this allows the client to leave their basic contact information. If they don't know anything about pricing or the quote or anything like that, they can just leave in their basic contact information. Once again, it's very similar. You do your setting options, what matter types, what notifications, lead sources. Once again, you got your styling. There's different variety of styling as well. Basically, just add the design you would like in there, and then you can hit preview, and that will show you the Contact Us widget preview. There we go. So you can see it's all there. So it's very straightforward. I'm interested in conveyancing property. They can just leave that information if they don't know anything about the property. And then once again, they can leave additional notes. And once again, this will all feed back into your Perfect Portal account. I mentioned at the start as well that it does feed through as intake analytics. So this is one of our new dashboards that we have in Perfect Portal, which is your marketing dashboard. So if you are the operations manager, practice manager, marketing, or manages the new business that's coming through, it's great to put this marketing dashboard on your account. You can see how many leads you are getting from your website as well. So 128. And once again, all these different tiles are interactive. So it will take you directly into that lead and into a report. If I scroll a bit further down, you've got your intake analytics. So this will show you the number of leads that have been raised and the ones that have been aborted. So leads raised mean they have completely done a lead, they've generated a quote, they generated an inquiry. Aborted means they've exited out of it before they actually generated it. So if you feel like you are getting, a whole lot of aborted activity, maybe we should look at doing the Contact Us form widget. So it's not as in depth with questions about the property or whatever it is. So you can really tailor make what matter types are being aborted the most. Should we take that matter type off your website if lots of people are aborting? So it just gives you a bit of a in-depth overview of your intake analytics. Now, finally, I'm going to go through some live examples of clients and websites. So the 2 Australian clients I'm going to show you is AJJ Legal and Next Legal and Conveyancing. They have been very kind and allowed me to demonstrate their website to us. But first off, I'm going to show you AJT Legal. So you can see here that straight away there's a picture of the firm. And I always say to clients, it's always good to have images of your staff. because it engages that potential client on a personal level. They don't see you as this scary law firm or solicitor or conveyancer. They say, oh, look, they're human too. They're smiling, they're happy. So it just engages them a little bit further. Like I mentioned, the login bar, this login just up here, if I hit that, this is actually our widget, and they've actually customized it to fit in with their website. Okay. The great thing about our website widgets is we're not saying, hey, it's perfect portal, we're supporting this, we're doing, this and this and this. Your developer is taking this coding, putting it on your website and totally customizing it to fit in with your website. And the benefits of this is staying on your page. It's not directing them to a second page or anything like that. It's all within your website. So that's the login bar here. As I showed you on our Daniel Carson demo website, she has the Inquire Now button here on the right-hand side of the screen, and she has added in the little introduction. She's added in her different matter types, and it works the same way as I showed you before. If I continue to scroll down, once again, it shows what matter types they operate for. So you've got wills and estates, conveyancing, and the good thing about this as well, once again, they can hit that and it will pop up as the intake form. So like I said at the start, the more places you can leave contact information, easy for them to leave information, the more leads you're going to get from your website, okay? If I continue to scroll down, once again, instant quote is pink, it stands out. So you want to draw their attention into using your intake forms. Once again, she has the branded app, so she's advertising the branded app with the different hyperlinks to the different stores from now. Now, as I mentioned with the review widgets, on her testimonial page, these review widgets are feeding from Perfect Portal. So you can see here, all these different reviews are all coming through from her branded app, okay? And like I said, it's automatic. It will feed straight away. As soon as the client hits submit and they give you 5 stars, they'll feed directly on your website. You can see here 1 day ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever it is. It's all customizable to fit in with your brand, okay? So you have the review widget, you have your reviews in your app. Why not put on your website? Why not show the world when you get 5 stars? So if you need help with setting that up or the coding, as I showed you before, like I said, don't feel obligated to do it all yourself. Feel free to reach out to your account manager and we can go through it with you. The next website I'm going to show you is Next Legal and Conveyancing. And once again, they have images of the staff all over the website. Like I said, it makes them more personable and makes them relatable. So always put images of yourself. It's better to see the staff. I always think it's better to see the staff than something that you Google with a happy couple moving in or whatever like that. This seems a bit forced, a bit fake. So I think it's always good to put images of the staff because they get to know who you are and what you represent. Okay, so from here, she has the contact us widget, which I showed you at the start. So you can fill in all your information. Once again, I'm interested in, she has her different areas of law set up on her account. So family law, I'm looking for a divorce, unfortunately, and they can fill out all their information, talk about the inquiry, and then hit request a call back. Next Legal and Conveyancing also have the login bar as well. So they can hit login and that will take the client to a page which they can log into their online portal, which you can see here, nice and easy for the client to log in online if they prefer to do that online. If I head back into the home section, you can see here, everything is interactive. And I always say, make the website as interactive as possible. It makes it more fun for the end user. They get to click, they get to search and all of that. So if I scroll a bit further down, once again, she's advertising her app. She's saying, hey, download our app today. Let's get you on there. And the good thing about that, the clients know, and now they expect, we have an app, we have an online portal. They know from the offset, okay, I've generated a quote on their website. It's feeding back to Perfect Portal. I'm going to get this amazing app. I'm going to get a branded app. I can, do my VOY. I can chat to them. It just makes it more appealing and they know exactly who you are and what you represent. Now, say, for example, if I go into conveyancing just here, she's actually embedded the conveyancing form onto this page as well. So you can see here, she's got a little blurb about property. Once the client has read through all of that, they are then now linked to the conveyancing intake form. So they've read the information. This is fantastic. I want to leave my information, get a quote done, and it's fed into Perfect Portal. Okay. So thank you, AJT Legal and Next Legal and Conveyancing, for allowing us to use your websites. Now I'm going to go into 2 UK websites as well. So this is Zenmove. So you can see here, once again, they advertise in the app. they have the login bar, they have different hyperlinks, and once again, they got the intake form just here on the right-hand side of the screen, okay? So once again, it's not just Australia doing it, it's not just UK doing it, it's global. It's always happening across the world with people using our website widgets and getting the benefits from having the app and easy contact information on their website. And lastly, let's go through Ruben, Lewis, and O'Brien. Once again, they've actually embedded the different intake forms onto their website on their conveyancing page, just like Next Legal and Conveyancing has, okay? So that's pretty much everything I want to show you today with the website widgets. Like I said, it's all part of your subscription. There's no additional cost whatsoever to actually get these set up on your website. And obviously your account manager is always here to help to set up the coding and everything like that. So if you want to get it set up, reach out to us and we can get things rolling. In saying that, do we have any questions today about the intake forms and website widgets? Let's have a look. I don't think we have any questions, which is very rare for my webinars. But if you do come across anything throughout the day or any questions at all about the widgets, once again, just feel free to email us and we'll get in contact with you guys. So yeah, thank you for your time today, guys. It's been great showing you how you can actually set up Perfect Portal and your website to give you that competitive edge to generate more leads for clients to leave easy contact information. And it's also good to actually show you, it's not just me saying it, to show you, okay, these are what other clients are doing and how they're utilizing the website widgets. So if you do get inspiration from that and you want to talk to me a bit further about it, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.